Today we are looking at some ways and means of preventing domestic violence and avoiding domestic violence in marriage. How to avoid and prevent domestic violence in marriage. 1. Recognition, the sign of domestic violence. Let's first identify and establish what are domestic violence. Domestic violence can take many forms, and this include physical, emotional, verbal, and financial abuse. Domestic violence can take different ways and different form and shape, which include the physical, emotional, verbal, and financial abuse. Some common signs of domestic violence include the following. 1. Control and manipulation. Control and manipulation. One partner tries to control the other action, decision, and emotion. Or one partner wants to override the decision and emotion and action of the other by forcing his or her own opinion on the other partner. So this can lead to the domestic violence. 2. Verbal abuse. Name calling, insults, and put down. When one partner begins to call the other partner different names and insults, begin to rain curses and insult on the other partner, this can lead to domestic violence. Physical abuse, which may either be of any of the following: eating, pushing, slapping, or other physical harms. When any other physical harms is applied on the other partner, this is what we call physical abuse. Number 4, emotional abuse. Threats, intimidation, and emotional blackmail. So when a partner involved in threatening the other, intimidating the other, or causing emotional blackmail on the other partner, this can lead to domestic violence. Number 5, financial abuse. Controlling access to money, credit card, and other financial resources, most especially when it's a joint account. When one partner take over the control of the finance of the family because the joint account and deny the other from having access to it, this can lead to domestic violence. Now let's look at preventing domestic violence in marriage. How do we prevent domestic violence in marriage? 1. Before marriage, you must establish the following. Know your partner. Take time to get to know how your partner values, believes, and behaves. You must get to know that your partner's values, beliefs, and behavior. You must move close and see how he or she behaves. If that behavior is acceptable or is bearable. When you are still on the way and it starts slapping you, or kicking you, raining curses on you, then you should know that that is not a good partner for your life. So when a partner begin to demonstrate domestic violence on the other partner, even while they were not yet married, like eating, abusing, and slapping, and the rest of it, then that lady must be very careful and know that this is not the right partner for his or her life. Now, for her life, precisely for her life, because it will do worse than that when married. Number 2, communicate openly. Discuss your expectations, your boundaries, and concern with your partner. Before marriage, you must take time to discuss your expectations, your boundaries, and concern with your partner. Both must sit down and discuss all necessary things, their expectations and their boundaries, what they like and what they don't like, and what can cause problem. They should discuss it physically and discuss it at length and have a standard. Number 3, watch for red flags. Pay attention to signs of controlling or abusive behavior. So whenever you observe and discover any sign in your partner that can cause that can lead to abusive statements or behavior, or a kind of that can really that can be very, very unpalatable to you as a human being, that may be termed as a kind of offensive and unbearable behavior from your partner, then you must be very careful before you go into such marriage. 2, during the marriage, if you observe any of these things, what must you do? So for you to avoid domestic violence, even when you are married, then you must observe the following. Maintain open communication. Continue to discuss your feelings, your needs, and concern with your partner. So both partners must be plain and open and direct to each other to discuss their feelings, their needs, their concern for one another without compromise, without reservation. Number 2, respect boundaries. Establish and respect each other's boundary, physical and emotional boundaries. So the moment you sight and you know what your partner does not like and what he or she like, then you must try as much as possible to maintain that standard, maintain that scope. Number 3, practice empathy and active listening. Make an effort to understand and validate each other's feeling. So both partners must create time to understand and to validate each other's feeling and must live within the scope and within the bounds or within the boundary. Number 4, avoid power imbalance. Share decision-making, responsibility, and avoid one partner having too much control. So you must avoid that. When one takes over everything and tends to control or the decision and opinion of the other that wants it or his own decision to stand and to be obeyed, then there will be problem. So you must respect the opinion and suggestion of your partner at every point in time. Seek help when needed. Don't hesitate to seek counseling or support if you are experiencing conflict or abuse. So you must take time to go for counseling or to seek for help when you feel you need help. You must seek for help when necessary and go for help when necessary. The next thing to consider now is how to avoid violence in marriage. How to avoid violence. Avoiding domestic violence. 1, avoid isolating yourself. Stay connected with friends, family, and community to maintain a support network. Avoid isolating yourself. Don't stay alone so that your partner or whoever may not come and attack you. But stay with family, friends, or with your friends or community to maintain a support network so that whenever you need their help, they'll always be there for you. Number 2, don't ignore red flags. If you notice signs of abuse or controlling behavior, take action and seek help. So the moment you observe any abnormal behavior, either in the life of your partner, or you have seen anything that may harm you or destroy your life, or signs that are not palatable, quickly seek for help. Number 3, prioritize self-care. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Take time to take care of your physical health, your mental well-being, and your emotional well-being. It's very, very essential and very important. Number 4, seek clear boundaries. Set clear boundaries. Communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively. So make sure you tell your partner, let him or her understand your do's and don'ts. Set a boundary for yourself. Let him or her know what you like and what you don't like and maintain it. Don't compromise your boundary. Number 5, seek help if you are experiencing abuse. The moment you observe or that there are signs of abuse, quickly seek for help. Reach out to a trusted friend, family members, or professional to support you. So when you observe any abnormality, don't keep moods yourself. Many have destroyed their life and their destiny by keeping moods. Speak out and let people know where you need help and let people come to your aid. Now, next thing is resources for help. There are national domestic violence hotlines that you can call, National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. Their network and their website are available. Local counseling services. Seek out local therapists or counselors who specialize in domestic violence and relationship. In a nutshell, we have looked at how to prevent and avoid domestic violence And we mentioned certain ways that domestic violence include happen when somebody or one of the partner tend to control and manipulate the other's opinion, decision. When there are verbal abuse like name calling, insult, and put down. When there are physical abuse like hitting, pushing, slapping, or other physical harms. Emotional abuse like threatening the other partner, intimidating him or her. And financial abuse when one take over the control of the finances of both the family member when they are both observing or having a joint account. Then we talk about the preventive measures. That's before marriage, you should know your partner very well. And if you know that he or she is not compatible emotionally, physically, and he cannot control himself, and there will be violence in future, you better abstain from such relationship on time. Then communicate openly. Discuss your like and your boundaries, your expectations with one another. Talk about watch the red flag. If you see, observe any abnormal behavior in your partner, quickly speak out and, if possible, withdraw from such. And during marriage, if you observe to prevent domestic violence, maintain open communication with your partner. Continue to discuss your feelings, needs, and concerns. Respect boundaries. Establish and respect each other's physical and emotional boundaries. Practice empathy and active listening. Make an effort to understand and validate each other's feeling. Avoid power imbalance. Share decision-making responsibility and avoid one partner having too much control over the other. Seek help when necessary. Look at ways of avoiding domestic violence. We say avoid isolation. Don't ignore red flags, prioritize self-care, and set clear boundaries. And we'll look at some other resources for help, National Domestic Violence Hotline, and so on and so forth. In conclusion, preventing domestic violence in marriage requires effort, communication, and a willingness to seek help when needed. By recognizing the signs of domestic violence, maintaining open communication, and prioritizing self-care, you can reduce the risk of domestic violence in your marriage. Remember, help is always available, and you don't have to face domestic violence alone. So don't forget, help is always available. You don't have to face domestic violence alone. Seek for help, and if possible, abstain or withdraw quickly and stay away from such relationship for a while for things to come back to normal. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.